everyone, my name is Samantha Allen and welcome to Back to School Night 2020. I am your child's Honors Algebra 2 teacher, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. This is my 7th year teaching and my 7th year at Amador, and I grew up in Fremont, California, and I went to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo. That's where I earned my Bachelor's of Science and as well as my credential. Something that I really love to do is dance. So I grew up dancing. I started dancing when I was like 2 years old, and I continue to teach dance now. I also danced at Cal Poly on the dance team for 4 years. And I also am in love with my little rescue dog, Cooper. So I know I talk about him to my students a lot. And of course, I love math. And so that's why I'm teaching it. And so I'm going to take you through some slides to kind of give you an idea of what your child has been doing the past couple weeks, and just give you insight into things that might be helpful for you as we go through this remote learning process. All right, so welcome again, Back to School Night 2020. As you can see, there's a picture of my little dog, Cooper. And I know I already introduced myself, but I just wanted to show you, here's a couple pictures of the classroom since we're not able to be there just yet. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is grade breakdown. So obviously, this is all subject to change because with this situation that we are in with COVID and remote learning, things are constantly changing. But currently, we have assignments at 30%. So this entails really just homework. Homework is assigned every class period, and also homework is given 1 week in advance. So for example, every Monday morning, I'll post the homework for that entire week so students are aware of what their week kind of looks like at a glance. Participation is 10%, so this isn't necessarily how many times they raise their hand. It includes just making sure that they are on video and I can see that they are doing the work, as well as they're doing any in-class assignments that we have while we are on Zoom. The other thing that it will include is exit tickets. So exit tickets are given 1 to 2 times per week. It's just a 3-question little quiz through this online program called Quizzes, and it gives the student insight to if they learned the material correctly that day, and it also gives me a chance to know whether or not I need to review certain material before moving on to the next lesson. The next thing is assessments, which are 50% of their grade. So obviously, teachers, for us, this is definitely a new thing being in remote learning, and we're learning to do different things as well. So we have experimented with doing an online assessment while using video to watch students and monitor. And we're going to be trying other ways as well to make sure that we are assessing your all students and giving us a chance to know whether or not they understood the material, and also for the students. The last thing is the final, which will be given at the end of the first semester. What a typical day looks like in the classroom. So the first thing is obviously to log on to Zoom. This is expected and it's required that they come and attendance is taken. After that, we always go into a warm-up, and the warm-up is given on the material from the previous class. So this gives the students an opportunity to kind of remember what they were learning on the day before. And just gives them another chance to learn, kind of have a quick review of what we did the day before. The other thing that we do is review homework answers. So the students have access to the homework answers, and so we always have time to go over any homework questions. That's very important to me because I really do want to make sure students understand everything before we move on to the next lesson. After we do that, we begin the lesson. So the way that the class is designed, we will essentially have different classwork problems, and we typically will start off some of the problems together, and then we will go into breakout rooms through Zoom. So what this does is it puts the students into different groups, and then it gives me a chance to meet with the students in small groups and talk about certain problems. And after we will do certain problems, we'll kind of come back as a class and discuss it. It's really important that the students leave every day knowing, how they did on the classwork and feeling like their questions were answered. Sometimes we'll have an activity, as it says, depending on what the content area is. And again, I already talked about, but we have exit tickets, which is kind of just a closure to the lesson. But also what I do at the end of the lesson is make sure students are aware of every assignment that they need to get done in that day, and then also what assignments they need to get done before the next class period. So speaking of that, this will be all on the website. So I use my website probably more than Google Classroom. And on my website, under the Assignments tab, this will have everything they need for the week. So for example, it'll say that on Zoom, we're going to do the warm-up, we're going to discuss the assessment, and then we're going to do the classwork 26 through 30. And then the Your Turn is things that they complete on their own after we finish our classwork. And then they have their homework, and it says clearly when it's due, where to turn it in, what time. And then again, it'll go into the next few days as well. So everything is pretty laid out, and we spent the first couple weeks going through where to find things and what this all means. So the students are pretty clear on everything now. They could even go back to other weeks, but everything as far as assignments is on the website. And then for turning in assignments, that's all through Google Classroom. So they have their different class periods. So for example, period 4, and I will have important announcements, but also this is where they turn in their assignments. And again, it has due dates and times and all of that. So it's pretty clear. They know that they use Google Classroom as a way to turn in assignments, but also as a way to check any very important announcements. As far as how to get extra help, so students obviously can ask questions during class, and this is the preferred method just because I'm sure if they have a question, other students might have that same question, and so they may also get their questions answered. The other thing is obviously they can email me. So sometimes it's easy enough that I can reply through the email if it's a homework question that makes sense typing it out. If not, sometimes they'll email me and ask if they can go over a certain homework problem the next time. And students have also been utilizing the chat while on Zoom for questions if they don't quite feel comfortable asking it live or in class. They can use the chat and type it in privately, which works very well. The other thing is students can use Google Classroom as a way to communicate. So this will allow students to type really any question or send a picture of their work, and it gives me a chance to reply, but also other students in the class can reply. And this is great because again, if a student also had the same question, they can get it answered there as well. We obviously have access on Wednesdays, which is an opportunity to ask questions. And then after access, we also have office hours. If that's not enough, I also offer one-on-one appointments, and that could be arranged through an email. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say thank you so much. And I know that this year is not what any of us expected, but I'm going to do my best to make it a great year for your students and make it fun, but also prepare them for next year's math class.